What's good now? I felt like going ahead and wearing the white t-shirt with the sleeves cut out of it. I have a cache of these kinds of shirts. I cut the sleeves out like this because last year I tried to do Spike from Subway Surfers for Halloween last year, and I barely made it out. And barely had a good party going last year. Last year in October 2024. But lately, this year, I've been hoping to have a better party going, especially for Halloween parties or any October festivity to Halloween party or anything of that nature. I've been looking a little more forward to it. And I've been okay with the Halloween stuff coming out early in August. Tried to do Spike from Subway Surfers, plus one time I went to one Halloween party. I skipped out one that would have been more fun than the one I wanted to attend. There could have been one like it, and a little bit of a party animal. And I was like going to karaoke parties, and it was one of the many things that made me turn over a new leaf in my life and flip a new page in the book of my life and just open and just help me iterate a chapter of my life. And I started to put it into an old chapter of my life. And right now I'm on a new chapter with Steel Reserve 211s. Been ever so greatly been pursuing Steel Reserve Saturdays. So I used to see a lot of wahine, a lot of women. I live stream drinking Steel Reserves on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I came from Steel Reserve Saturdays to distance myself from those women that drank Steel Reserve on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know, for as long as I'm not driving, for as long as I live without a driver's license and not driving or owning a car and not driving a car anywhere and not driving to any place that has any sorts of weekly karaoke parties on any Saturday or Sunday, if I'm not driving there, I'm just going to take up Steel Reserve Saturdays. But I will, reminisce yesterday. I had a pretty fun time at a karaoke party. I went to the Kicks bar that I used to have a distaste for and still kind of do. But, I don't hate it or anything. It didn't really sit well with me. But I did hear, not talk smack on it, but it was pretty cool. I saw two of my familiar friends from Bricks and Brews Pizzeria there. I was there and I found myself singing that. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. Pour me up a double shot of whiskey. Everybody knows Jack Daniel's me got a history. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. 1, 2, here comes 3 to the 4. Oh, or table dancing. Oh my, good Lord. Lord. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Gasoline, groceries, the list goes on. And I was just singing that a bar song by Shabuzi, that pour me up a double shot of whiskey. Everybody knows Jack Daniel's me got a history. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. That one, I sang that one because I would always hear it on the Pandora radio station, and I hear it all the time, and I love that song, and I listen to it. I was even thinking, it sounded like a good country song to sing karaoke. Last times at Kicks, I was just went on singing nothing but rock songs and punk rock songs. I did sing 2 punk rock songs, saying "Scream" by the Misfits, and I got something sticking in my eye. I hear the voices, smoke surrounds my head. Cause I got something sticking in my eye, sticking in my eye, my eye, sticking in my eye. As well as a chill runs up your spine and crawls into your brain. And I want to hear you scream. Whoa, 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 scream. A chill runs up your spine and haunts you in your brain. Haunts you and crawls up your brain. A touch of fear, driving me insane. Haunts me to hear you scream. To hear you scream. And there you go, and that's what I was singing, and I'm singing now. I ain't even sang that. Mama always said I was born on the wild side. And the When the clock strikes midnight, gonna ride the lightning, feel the thunder, under, till the darkness pulls me under. Pray the good Lord lifts me higher. Gonna fly on wings of fire, singing oh when they call me home, singing oh when they call me home. Gonna ride the lightning. And those were the songs I sang. And then I did a group performance where I sang that Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, baby, that's all we need. Need to go in the park after dark and smoke that tumbleweed as the marijuana burns. The Afro Man. I sang the Colt 45, even though I did talk about making a song called Steel Reserve and Slayer, rolling papers, baby, that's all we need. And that's my own song. I made that one up as a parody, of the Afro Man's Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. I was going to make a parody of it with Steel Reserve and Slayer rolling papers. I'm going to take a swig right now. And then I heard Brian singing. I heard the guy singing country. I heard singing country, and I thought I was only going to sing rock songs, but I decided to sing country, and I did. I did Shabuzi and Warren Zaders. 2 country songs, 2 rock songs. And there was even times at Gravy's, the first time I had the transition from the cowboy to now just being apologetically me, regardless of whether or not I was wearing a cowboy hat and singing country songs. Well, not entirely without predetermined in my hat. I mean, I'd be okay with hats I would wear. Hats I would wear and wouldn't wear. I would probably wear my Weldon hat either backwards or to the front because I think it looks cool. My beanie cap, my trucker hats like my suicidal tendencies, my Second Amendment. I'm not so sure about my Vans hat. I might wear my blue Vans trucker hat. I might not. I don't know. Really depends. My trucker hats, my suicidal tendencies mesh trucker hat, my Browning hat, my beanie caps. Just about any hat except my Peaky Blinder hats. I'll sing country music in any hat but my Peaky Blinder hat. That's about it. But you have to sing without a hat. And I prompted the idea, and I was getting on memos singing country music, like folks I was hearing singing country music at both Bricks and Brews as well, at Gravy's and Kicks. I started getting on the page and started getting on a memo. Even at times and I've been ever happy, even every time I had potato chip in a perfect circle, tortilla chip in a perfect triangle, or even, well, not just Doritos, but any tortilla chip in a triangle, or potato chip in a perfect circle. Every time I had some kind of chip in a perfect circle or perfect triangle, I always make a wish upon it, and I would wish to sing country music without a cowboy image, continue to be in my cowboy image, and just turn over new leaves in my life and flip new pages in my life and flip a new page in the book of my life with my karaoke singing, living in Galena, appreciate Galena, enjoy living in Galena, come to like Galena, yet still miss Baxter, and yet call Galena my new home and everything. And I mean, ever so greatly and ever so much, I've been doing that one. Plus, I finished off Eden's Zero. I finished that off. Finished off that one and just finished that one off. I was very, and I was very glad, I went on a fateful third Friday night. I was on a lot of rails and fences about going. I went there, and some I could, very day and the days afterwards, come the next week on Monday. I can, just take up a new start, watch the week transform, and reminisce what I had all last week and all in the last weekend, all in the last week, and what had all happened in the last Friday through Sunday, all in the last Friday and the last weekend come Monday. I mean, and all that deal, and just, watch a week transform, and just, happy Monday. Watch the week transform, and be blessed to the start of a week and watch it transform, even though I try my best to avoid a lot of alcohol related days on Monday, but which I'll probably talk more in, if I get a shipment, a Coors Edge, and do a drinking 3 Coors Edges and Coors Edge trilogy, I'd explain that more, but still gonna drink this beer. Also, I got the last Steel Reserve, episode 8. I got that uploaded, and I'm also gonna hopefully either this Saturday as of right now, or wait all week to next Saturday, post the next I think it's about it's August 23rd. August 30th, I don't know, I might not make a video for it, but I will still partake in it. But I've been seeing so much potential that I was starting to think, that in the seasons, in a permitting season, in a permitting time, that there's been times at the Miteria Mexican restaurant in Galena that in the 4th Saturday that there's a celebration typically around in the late summer, early fall, that happens on the 4th Saturday on the back porch and the outside of it. There's a porch outside with tables and such, and an outside dining deal. Now what happens is, what happens there on the 4th Saturday is a karaoke party, and looking back on that Halloween party I skipped out on, but yet I had my attendance of the Gravies Halloween party last year and barely made it out. Barely didn't even get to make it to the last one, but I was very glad that the Gravies karaoke parties now happen on the 4th Friday as opposed to the 4th Saturday, and it made me lose interest in Steel Reserve Saturdays. And I may get back to potentially just, I don't know if I'd even do a Steel Reserve Saturday if I had a driver's license. I had a driver's license that enabled me and allowed me to drive, and if I had my own car drive and everything. I mean, I just don't know. But I even do Steel Reserve Saturdays. Because sometimes when there was a band playing, or when the Graves how karaoke parties happened, or had used to happen on Saturday and such, oh my gosh. So often, so much so, did I feel cheated out of wanting to do what I wanted to do, and that was the Steel Reserve Saturday. But sometimes it would give me some more reason to live for something, and give me more reason to live my life half a month at a time. And I already do it with Wednesday, and soon, or rather than later, start doing it every 3rd Friday. I already do it on the 4th Saturday. But I mean, every Wednesday, 3rd Friday, soon 3rd Friday, later down the road, as always, 4th Friday and everything. Be having something to live for rather than existing for nothing, even if sometimes I inadvertently wait all week for those days to happen, like waiting all week for Wednesday because of karaoke, or even, well, that's what I do in the 1st and 2nd week, but then 3rd week I still wait all week for Wednesday for karaoke. And then I somewhat waited all week for the third Friday, and the third week I might start getting into that some of that more. And sometimes I wait all week for the fourth Wednesday, the fourth Friday, and may start to potentially be waiting all week for the fourth Saturday. All week for the fourth Saturday. All week for the fourth Saturday of the months. But yet, and with the karaoke parties going down, oh so greatly so, so much so, would I just be living for something in it. Even and even one time I did the camouflage set where I had to insist that Brad Paisley's song Camouflage was a different kind of camouflage song from Stan Ridgway's song. And I was wearing a white t-shirt with sleeves, and I had a pair of camouflage shorts with my camo belt, but I got a black mossy oak belt on. But I had a brown camouflage belt with my camo shorts, camouflage Vans skate high, and I had camouflage bandana like this, the Skulls one that I bought from Walmart a long time ago. Next time I'm in the store, but if not, if I get lucky on a Walmart delivery, if not not a delivery, but a shipment for Walmart for a skull pattern bandana like that. That one, if I get another one like that, oh man, I'd be enamored with the Skulls. I even saw biker guys at Black Sabbath wearing that same one back in 2016. Back in 2016, I saw Black Sabbath. I have no reason to lie. I don't think I should hide the fact that I did, so it was so amazing and so much fun. Mom has pictures of me on her phone, and I thought about printing them out and putting them in my photo album. Oh my gosh. So I can remember it greater, rather. Because sometimes I did think about making photo albums, and some concert pictures I had that I deleted because they were taking up space on the hard drive of my phone. I didn't care how good they were. I didn't want them. I do think if I sent them to printers in the house, I would have had them printed and put them in different collages and things. Different collages and other things of the nature to make photo albums. So I can look back at those photos. And I've looked through my photo albums, some of them from back around 2006 such, and there was a deal back around 2007 2008 when I was about 8 or 9. I went to some of them. I looked back, and there were pictures of me, my grandma, and my uncle when we were in Atlanta one time, and we saw this aquarium, and it was really cool. I haven't been to an aquarium in so long. I've always liked aquariums and such since I was a kid. I liked seeing all the fish and the sharks and everything, especially the sharks. I always thought they were kind of cool. Even the lionfish. Lionfish were pretty cool. Even though I have those venomous spines, but man, and they're very beautiful looking fish. Lionfish. But really, the sharks and everything like that. I was like that. And there was a one aquarium that I saw back in 2007 or so, around 2007 to 2008 or whatever. I was about 8 or 9, and I seen through some old photo albums of me when I was a kid. Oh man, well, I remembered it. Not all that great, but I did think it was cool, such. But I sometimes, and I've been to Atlanta, Georgia before, and went to the ATL. Man, states like Texas, Georgia, Texas, Georgia, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Arkansas. I was born in Washington State, but Washington State, Arizona, New Mexico. I've had a lifelong dream to travel all 50 states of the U.S., even Alaska and Hawaii. All of it had been to the same states I've been to, likely. I got screwed over to spend a week in my cousin's place while she was enjoying herself and on a New England trip. Anything I would have done to let her stay at the place I was gonna call my former home, I would have done. She thought, and I even wanted to get all like Queen Mira, wanted to take her voice like, "So impious, immoral, you thought you had a solution. What you thought was right for me was wrong. What I felt like was right for me was in fact right for me. I made it fail." I wanted to say that as a criticism to my feeling that I got done wrong so much, and that's what happened. Yeah, but she did go to Maine. I can't remember where she went to. I knew no, she went to Massachusetts, which was really cool, and I think she might have went to Maine. I don't remember, but I do know she went to Massachusetts last year, and then I was allowed to stay home alone with a familiar friend phone calling me in when she went to Eureka Springs. Lately, I've been thinking about sometime in the fall. Well, it doesn't have to be the winter, but can be in the fall. But if not the winter, but fall before the winter or winter after the fall, the early winter, the late fall, early winter, whatever. To take a 3 or 4 day trip to Branson. Thought about that here and there, on a condition that I can sing karaoke at least once. On a condition to that. That's what I want. Um, more than anything, and yet I'm not anything of a country singer or a rock star, but I like to imagine that I am, and even in karaoke singing. But I've even used it as a stepping stone to my singing. I've even used my singing as a stepping stone to karaoke. That's what I do. I mean, I do what I love, and I love what I do. And I would even be ever so open to my friends. I'd be open to my therapist. I'd be open to my friends and my therapist about doing what I love and loving what I do in karaoke and why I like it. And I even wanted to bring up how I just don't know where I would be without it. And even though some karaoke's I just wish would happen again, like at the Howard Pappy Litch Park and karaoke. I wish a party would happen there again. I mean, it was going on, storms in April, it's canceled all throughout it in May, not even a single one in May. It wasn't until all Galena days. And then had the lizard, the purple gecko, the black Punisher skull with red eyes and a nose on my left arm. I had those. It was super cool. But so much, and so lately, I've been ever so much. I might, if I decided to get out of my comfort zone and start going to kicks more often, whether the same friends I had from Bricks and Brews are there, that they're there, and the same persons I remember from the last couple of times here and there that I remember being there, if they're there, as well as they decide to show up there. Oh man, such a life to the party would be there. Even if the jockey is a guy, he's the KJ, the karaoke jockey, if he starts to grace the stage and grace the platform with the microphones and playing with your earbud jelly, he starts doing it, add more life to the party, and different things like that. And the fact that the third Friday night, having a karaoke party, and then reminiscing it over the Saturday and Sunday of the weekend, culminate, and then recapping any memories you had and made on the Monday of the fourth week, and then come the fourth week and Friday night karaoke party, and then the Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening karaoke parties in the fourth Saturday at Meecherito and everything like that, in the late summer, early fall and everything like that. Oh my gosh. More reasons and ever greater principles and greater ideas to bring the idea that I live my life half a month at a time. I don't want to live, and that each day there's something to be had and lived for, rather than exist for nothing and claim to own and live on Fridays and Saturdays and do nothing. But, well, I'm kind of doing nothing and existing for nothing, just drinking the Steel Reserve beer and all, and I'll still do it. It's worth the abuse of my pancreas. It was worth the pancreatic abuse. Talk to Alfred Yankovic, as in Weird Al Yankovic. Talk to him about alcohol abusing the pancreas. And the fact that maybe even also, hopefully he can steer a direction about vaping causing even worse pancreatic abuse than most alcohol and high sugar dieting, as well as belly fat and obesity. How vaping can potentially be worse for the pancreas than the most common culprits of pancreatitis, from different things like high sugar diets, obesity, and alcohol being the main trifecta, the big three culprits. That what if pancreatitis by vaping starts to surpass most alcohol and obesity induced pancreatitis. More people start to learn the lesson, and the fact that stuff is so open to addiction. But aside from that, it was worth the pancreatic abuse. I see it every day. I'm okay with it and I like it and all. But Wolfman, same wolf name, same wolf channel, same wolf time, Wolfman out.